I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta with your Thursday edition of FSU weather. Taking a look over Doak right now, it was a very sunny, clear day outside, not a cloud in sight, 82 degrees with some slight breezes at 13 miles an hour. So definitely it was a very beautiful day outside. Hopefully you got outside, enjoyed those nice conditions that we felt today. Current temperatures across the board are sitting near the 80-degree mark, a little over, a little under. Currently in Tallahassee, we're at 82 degrees, and across the area, it's there's pretty much a consensus around the 80-degree mark. Dew points, however, are a bit lower than we're used to, and that is definitely giving rise to those drier conditions we're feeling, where all of our moisture has been swept away along with Hurricane Milton, and we're feeling those nice dry conditions, and it's been a little bit breezier throughout the day. Satellite and radar, looking ahead, pretty dry, not a lot to worry about. We're not going to be having any storms or really any major activity for the next week or so. And into tonight, it's going to be 57 degrees, clear skies again with some slight breezes. But again, it's going to get really chilly into the 50s, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at as we go into the rest of the week. Tomorrow, high is going to get up to 79, so our first really less than 80-degree high day, which will be very nice. It's going to be a chilly morning too, though, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And for the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about these fall-like conditions here in Tallahassee. We're going to review the impacts of Hurricane Milton and your weekend sportscast. All that and more on FSU weather. Can you raise my height? All that and more on FSU weather. Taking a look at Doak again, clear skies, 82 degrees and sunny. Winds at 13 miles an hour, which is pretty breezy, but it was definitely a lot breezier yesterday. You know, we're feeling that large wind field of Hurricane Milton, but luckily we were not getting any extreme effects here in Tallahassee. Again, current radar, absolutely dry, only a couple of scattered showers over near the Tampa and into the Gulf of Mexico. And again, here in Tallahassee, dry as a bone. Really great day. Make sure to get outside, enjoy these nice conditions, hit up the park. You're going to have those nice breezes to get you through the rest of the week. And really just, you know, especially for the weekend, great chance to, you know, get outside, have some nice fun weekend plans. Again, temperatures flirting around 80, but honestly very comfortable given our dew points, which are roughly in the 40s and 50s. So that's definitely a lot different than what we're used to and what we've been seeing. Into the overnight hours, it's going to get down to 57 degrees with some slight winds, but it's going to be clear outside, and you're definitely not going to be hearing any thunderstorms while you're trying to fall asleep. And across the Big Bend region, tonight we're going to be seeing temperatures mostly in the upper 50s and heading into the lower 60s down near Carabel and Apalachicola. But generally, very nice day to get outside, maybe take a nice evening walk. And heading into tomorrow, 79 degrees and sunny with winds from the northeast at 9 miles per hour. So again, really great chance to enjoy Friday, maybe hit up College Town tomorrow. It's going to be great conditions, and we're going to see those fall-like temperatures. Heading into the rest of tomorrow, though, it's going to be very chilly in the morning, and it's not even going to get up until the mid-70s until later in the afternoon. So definitely bring a jacket with you tomorrow. It's going to be a lot chillier than we've been used to recently. Across the region into tomorrow, our highs are going to be close to that 80-degree mark, but honestly a little less throughout the majority of the area. The only location that's going to be hitting 80 degrees is Tallahassee, and we can attribute that to the urban heat island effects here, but mostly around the rest of the area we're seeing highs in the upper 70s, so staying moderate, cool, and comfortable. For the week ahead, we're going to be seeing our lows mostly in the 50s, which is definitely a stark change from what we've been used to these last couple of days. And our highs are going to be in the mid 80s and reaching the upper 80s before dipping back down again over around Tuesday and into Wednesday and Thursday. But look at that, sunshine all across the board, so that's definitely something to look forward to. But if we're going to take a look around Florida, we're going to see those same story. Lots of sunshine, a little bit of clouds here and there, maybe a little bit overcast in Orlando, and we might see a little bit of that on the radar. But across the whole state, we're seeing highs in the 80s and mostly in the 70s as well. So we've gotten a little bit of relief from that heat with the exit of Hurricane Milton. So definitely comfortable temperatures. Maybe if you're in Miami, it's going to rain on Sunday, big thunderstorms, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But we've got nice conditions mostly tomorrow and Saturday, so definitely enjoy those warm temperatures. And if you're in Tampa, hey guys, it's going to be okay. You're going to get some relief. Finally, 85 and looking at 86 for the next couple of days and sunshine, so hopefully you can get through any of your recovery efforts and probably picking up debris if you're in Tampa. Orlando, I'd say you want to hit the parks, but they're potentially maybe shut down due to potential flooding issues. Otherwise, the rest of Orlando is looking pretty comfortable in the lower 80s looking into the weekend. But looking up to Jacksonville, we're going to see a high of 77 tomorrow. So very comfortable, maybe hit the River City and enjoy those nice, comfortable conditions. And over in Pensacola, highs in the lower 80s and sunshine across the board. So we're seeing a very similar story everywhere throughout the state. Dry as a bone with barely any clouds. And here's where we're seeing those scattered showers from the remnants of Hurricane Milton, and those are really bringing the scattered showers to portions of central Florida and mostly along the I-95 corridor. So something to keep in mind, but those ending outer bands are looking to be not as severe, so keep it in mind, but hopefully you won't be experiencing any crazy conditions due to that. Jacksonville, North Florida, mostly a bit of cloud cover, but nothing too crazy. And right now we're going to take a look at Hurricane Milton live radar loop from the last couple of days. So definitely interesting to see the path that Milton took as we were approaching landfall and heading into the overnight hours. Future satellite and radar is indicating just a bit of cloud cover, mostly in the central portions of the state, but otherwise very nice conditions, pretty dry, and honestly, it's giving fall. But for the overnight hours, again, 57 here in Tallahassee, and similar story in Gainesville, but for the rest of the cities, we've got 67 in Tampa and mostly lows in the 70s, even reaching 78 in Key West, which is pretty warm for this time of year. But tomorrow for our highs, we're seeing mostly a similar story near the lower 80s and even dipping into the upper 70s over in Gainesville and Jacksonville. So keep that in mind. Enjoy your weekend as much as you can. But for the rest of the nation, let's take a gander. We've got lots of warm temperatures throughout the middle portions of the United States into the Central Plains area, but for the rest of the Pacific Northwest and looking over into the Northeast, we're seeing lots of cooler temperatures, and that's a pattern that we're going to be following as we head into the next couple days. However, I do want to point out there are very extreme high temperatures in the Arizona and lower portions of California, reaching 103, which is very, very hot, especially for this time of year, and definitely such a contrast from portions like Seattle where they're reaching 57 degrees. So that's almost a 50-degree difference. So it really just goes to show the difference in temperatures we've got at this time of year. And associated with those high temperatures are these a little bit of higher dew points indicating moist air compared to the rest of the United States, which is sitting mostly dry, even into parts of the southeast being more dry than typical. But again, these deep brown colors are going to indicate a lot of drier weather, and that's what we've been experiencing, and that's what we're going to continue to see throughout the next week or so. But current satellite and radar, not a lot of storms throughout the continental United States. We're seeing a couple scattered showers, Oklahoma and into New Mexico, as well as Montana. And again, we've got some, a little bit of Hurricane Milton going out into the Atlantic throughout the next day. But rainfall throughout the next couple of days, not too much rainfall, mostly sitting under an inch, mostly in portions near the Great Lakes and into Oklahoma. So nothing to worry about. Definitely really won't need an umbrella unless you're in those locations. And for the next 6 to 10 days, we're going to be seeing an increase in temperatures, likely for central portions of the United States and into the Great Lakes region. But everywhere else is going to be sitting mostly around average or a little bit under. Heading into tonight, a little bit chillier than we've been used to. Mostly we're seeing lows in the 50s and 60s, even reaching into the 40s in portions like the Pacific Northwest, Montana, North and South Dakota as well. So generally pretty similar story. Things are definitely cooling down as we head into fall. But heading into tomorrow, it's going to stay warm throughout the Texas Great Plains region, and mostly we're going to be seeing temperatures 80s, 70s, and 60s, getting cooler as you go more north, which is very typical. So keep that in mind as you head into tomorrow. But now we're going to take a look at our desk segment and talk just a little bit about Hurricane Milton and the effects that we had from Hurricane Milton. So if you were watching our live stream from Hurricane Milton throughout the last couple of days, you definitely saw that it was a scary storm to witness and experience. There were about 126 tornado warnings issued across the state of Florida as Milton approached the state. And to compare that, there were only more tornado warnings in one state, in Alabama, during the tornado super outbreak in 2011. So we're now in second place, unfortunately, for tornado warnings issued in one day by a state. So definitely shows the magnitude of this situation. So Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key as a Category 3 hurricane with 120-mile-per-hour winds, and over 3.3 million people in Florida lost power. So definitely it was a very tragic situation considering the amount of people that were under effect from Hurricane Milton. And again, we had peak winds of 180 miles per hour, which made Milton the third strongest Atlantic hurricane ever and the strongest in the Gulf since Rita in 2005. Additionally, another record 90-mile-per-hour wind increase in 24 hours is the third fastest rate of intensification ever recorded in the Atlantic, behind Wilma and Felix. And our lowest pressure recorded was 897 millibars, and it was definitely pretty shocking to see a sub 900 millibar storm at this time, and again, the lowest only since Wilma and the fifth lowest of all time. So there's a lot of things we can learn from Hurricane Milton, but definitely one thing we want to make sure to keep in mind is, listen to your officials and stay informed and stay weather aware. But now we're going to toss it back over to the wall, where I'm going to bring y'all another look at our sportscast. So taking a look at our sportscast, first game we're going to look at is the NFL Thursday Night Football, 49ers versus the Seahawks. It's going to be pretty chilly over in Seattle, 58, cooling down to 53 by midnight, but it's going to be pretty clear, so great game conditions for them up in Seattle. And college football this Saturday, we're going to see number 1 Texas versus number 18 Oklahoma in Oklahoma. And It's going to be a pretty warm game. Definitely clear skies, which will be very nice, but it's going to be starting around 92 degrees, warming up a little bit to 94 and cooling down to 88. So definitely a warm game over there in Oklahoma. And for college football again, number 9 Ole Miss versus number 13 LSU in Baton Rouge. It's going to be a bit of a chillier game, cooling down all the way to 66 by 11 p.m. but starting at 79 degrees. So keep that in mind. It's going to get pretty chilly, but nothing too crazy to be worried about. And again on Saturday, number 2 Ohio versus number 3 Oregon in Eugene. It's going to start at 77, cool down to 64 by 11 p.m. So very pleasant conditions for football watching. If you have any friends you like to go see these games with, definitely get out there and maybe watch a game outside if you can, if you can't make it to the game itself, because these are very nice conditions. And NFL Sunday, Jaguars versus the Bears in Chicago. I myself am from Jacksonville, and I am very much a Jaguars fan. Going to be pretty chilly conditions. Hopefully the Jags can bring home a win for the River City, but definitely chilly conditions than the Jags are used to. And on Sunday as well, the Bucs versus the Saints in New Orleans, 82 degrees, warming up to 84, back to 81, sunny skies, great football watching weather. Hopefully the sun won't be too sunny, so you can avoid those sunburns, that's for sure. But again on Sunday, Steelers versus the Raiders, it's going to be pretty warm over in Las Vegas, so make sure you've got your sunscreen if you need it. It's going to be pretty warm over there. And lastly, NFL Sunday, Bills versus the Jets. It's going to be a little rainy over in New Jersey, so keep that in mind if you're going to be heading out and watching this game. You might want to bring a poncho or a raincoat. And we're going to take one last look at Doak Campbell Stadium. Again, clear skies, 82 degrees and sunny with some slight winds at 13 miles per hour. Beautiful day, even more beautiful tomorrow, even chillier tomorrow. But we've got clear skies, absolutely clear, with not a storm in sight. We won't be seeing any unstable conditions for quite a long time as we head into the next week or two. Current temps across the region are sitting in the upper 70s, lower 80s, so very comfortable and very much in agreement with each other. Temperature Almanac is going to be saying that we were right on average for our high today, 84 degrees, and just about on average for our low as well, but nowhere near those lows of 93 and 39, thankfully. So definitely very much an average day, if you will, and honestly it probably would have been a little bit higher than average if we hadn't had all this dry air and cool air make its way into our region throughout the last 12 to 15 hours or so. Dew points again sitting in the 40s and 50s, so very comfortable for us here in the Big Bend. Definitely very nice surprise going into my Thursday morning, so hopefully you enjoyed those cool temperatures as much as I did. Again, future radar, not a drop in sight. We love to see it. Make sure to take your dog for a walk if you've got one. Maybe take your cat if you've got a cat. I know lots of people are taking their cats for walks these days. But into the overnight, it's going to hit 57 and clear. So, enjoy your night, get outside, and take advantage of these beautiful conditions and temperatures we're seeing throughout the area tonight. It's going to get around the lower 50s, mid 50s, so very beautiful, very comfortable. Hopefully you will be snug as a bug inside your house tonight, but these aren't conditions to turn on your heater quite yet. Tomorrow, 79 and sunny with winds from the northeast at 9 miles an hour. So tomorrow's going to be a little bit cooler than it was today. So keep that in mind as you are planning out your day tomorrow. And again, our highs are going to get into the upper 70s. So tomorrow's going to be absolutely beautiful. But if you're sensitive to those cooler temperatures, I know a little bit of change in temperatures can feel a lot, especially when you're from Florida. So keep that in mind as you head into your day, as you plan out your day. And for the week ahead, Again, we're seeing 80s peaking on Monday and dropping back down as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, even reaching 47 degrees by the end of next week. So enjoy those temperatures, enjoy those low rain chances. It's going to be a beautiful week ahead. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok as well. But that's all for now. I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta, and have a great night.